Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. And today I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly neighborhood actual play live stream. The good news is that we are returning to one of our both favorite and most popular games here for this series. And that is Delta Green by Arc Dream Publishing. The bad news is that out of an abundance of caution, we are also returning to the Matrix and are going to be taping this series remote as it is going on during a COVID spike. And we want to make sure that all of our players are staying healthy, probably not wealthy, maybe wise, depending on how you're ranking us. So we're also changing up our format a little bit this year in that we are going to be focusing on one case, this case, which is a mini campaign for Call of Cthulhu called a Resection of Time, which is one that I enjoyed playing in many years ago, and I hope that the agents here enjoy it as well. So without further ado, we are going to have the members of T-Cell introduce themselves both as players and as their characters. We have an interesting mix of classic Delta Green characters and some brand new agents here in the mix. I will go first. My name is Rob Wieland. My pronouns are he, him. I will be playing the role of the handler for Delta Green here for this. Never make that gesture again, Ethan. Never. And I'm very excited for season 3 of Delta Green. So let's go to our first mind player.
Hi, I'm Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers, and I'm very excited to be the old guard, bringing back Agent Teaspoon, also known as Dr. Ellis Mandel. Yeah, I'm hyped. Let's do this, y'all. I'm gonna go back to organizing my dice so that they roll properly.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hello, my name is Tony Cheek, he, him. I am playing Andrew Graves, aka Agent Tower. He is a CIA agent, and I am not excited to be returning because I've already had one boy die, and I'm afraid this one's gonna die too.
Well, you sure picked the wrong game to be worrying about character death. Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Fishburne, and I'll be playing Alex Motti, aka Typo, aka Tentacle Boobs.
I can't with the tentacle boobs.
I'm playing a white hat hacker character, so I have an online alias that I had a great time coming up with this season.
I love the fact that Jordan has finally found the one thing that has surpassed Aka in the hierarchy of Tawny annoyance.
I had to pair it with Aka for maximum impact. I lull in the false sense of security with the AKA and then the 1-2 punch.
Jordan rehearsed this for 3 weeks. Like, I'm not even joking.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Ethan Eichset Anderson, he, him, and I'll be playing Kelvin Smurl, aka Agent Tugboat.
Woo!
And what does Agent Tugboat do in his time when he's not fighting the International Cthulhu Conspiracy, or part of the International Cthulhu Conspiracy?
He's a scientist for U.S. AMRED, which is the United States Armed Medical something. I deal with biological warfare crap.
I love that Tawny is like, I put so much research into my character, and you didn't even finish the acronym.
Yesterday, I could have told you, but now I'm blanking on it.
All right.
U.S. Army Medical Research for Infectious Disease. I'm missing a letter in there, though.
It's okay. That'll get you to a C+ on the test. It's fine.
Yep.
A C is still passing. A C is still passing.
D is for degree, as my old college roommate used to say. And last but certainly not least, our final mind player.
Hello, everyone. I am Sarah Babe, she, they, and I am playing Dominique Candide, also known as Agent Time Bomb, and she is a wedding photographer. Clicky, clicky.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I love
it took a while.
Name so much.
I legitimately have like 2 songs that stuck in my head for the last like 3 weeks. Clicky.
All right.
Clicky.
So, as these things are wont to happen, you know what? Let's do it this way. Dr. Mandel, where are you when you get the call about the night at the opera? I feel like ever since it has been a long time, since the last time that you have worked for Delta Green. Like, I would say it's analogous to about a year, and there you may have even gotten to the point where you were like, am I done? Like, you know that 2 of your fellow T-cell agents died during the last operation, and you may have started to wonder, Does that mean I'm out, or is there no more T-cell? So where are you when you get the call?
Is it a weekday or a weekend?
You tell me.
Well, I'm debating between brunch and like day job at the FBI.
Okay, let's do day job at the FBI.
Okay.
So there you are. Well, so what would you be doing during a typical hour of your regular work day?
Probably some form of bureaucratic bullshit paperwork. Probably following up on a recently closed case, just dotting the T's and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Oh my God. This day is dotting the I's and crossing the T's and just making sure all of the paperwork is in order before I hand it off.
Okay. And I think what happens is, so you're like, okay, you just got one more form you got to fill out for this case file.
A97-639. So
you hit print, and you hear you scoop it off of the printer that you have in your office, because I feel like the FBI, for certain files, you're not just going to leave that shit on like the common printer. Toner. You gotta go.
No,
you gotta go get toner. And I'm sure the people who have never watched our show before are like, well, this is thrilling. But as you hit the elevator button, because you have to go down a couple floors to the print shop, the doors slide open, and there's Tower standing in the elevator. What a CIA agent is doing in the FBI building makes no sense to you unless, oh shit. That's what it means. Tower, you've been sent here to fetch Teaspoon because it's time for you got the invite to a night at the opera today. And Ms. Green specifically sent you to come and drive Teaspoon over.
So Miss Mendel, Mrs. Mendel, Dr. Mendel, my apologies.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Oh, good.
As you know, FBI works more domestically, and I tend to work more foreign. So you can imagine why I might be here.
I suppose I have a few guesses.
We are needed immediately.
Like right now?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of an A97-369-275. Can that, I just need to wrap that up and okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Let me send a text. Text to boss.
We cut to the USPS building that is familiar to fans of the earlier seasons of the T-cell tapes. It is that same gray brutalist structure where the outside blandness matches the pale colorless inside. And you can almost smell the bad coffee and the cleaning products as we focus on one of many nondescript conference rooms where we see a hand reach in, flick on the light, and which of our new agents is the first to arrive?
I'll do it.
I get.
And
Okay.
I'm doing the whole.
Describe yourself. Time Bomb. What does your character look like?
Time Bomb comes in looking like the hipsteriest hipster ever, including like vintage camera, just pretending, just taking pictures of like odd angles of the architecture and just like looking for weird angles. And she probably has just like, yeah, I'm thinking kind of crazy hair like mine because that's fun. Just hipster. You look at her and you're just like hipster.
Okay.
Vintage everything.
So not the
Doc
not,
Martens.
not what you would expect from the like button down government types that generally fill this this building in Washington.
No, like she's probably wearing a button down, but it's probably got like little corgi races on it or something.
Okay.
And she has like a knee-length skirt that, you know, matches the shirt.
So you're maybe you're like, I feel like it's kind of dressed for a job interview, but like at like a web company. So it's
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So Tugboat, are you following her in then?
Yeah. I walk in with a big cup of coffee, looking kind of sleepy from last night.
Hold it right there. You look amazing in this light. Thank you.
Tell me if that comes out.
Oh, I will.
Green locations don't take photographs well.
What's that?
Sometimes photographs don't come through right.
Really? Oh, well, that's why I use film. Digital, like.
So you won't find out for another month or so?
Oh, well, I have a dark room in my place, so I just, you know, I do it myself because otherwise, you know, you lose the art in it if you don't do it yourself. And you can't really, it's not that I don't trust other people to develop my photos, but just, you know, you lose something if you're not there for the entire process of it, you know, like, you know what I mean, right?
I imagine Typo probably has some opinions on the importance of digital imagery.
Like all people that live and breathe code, the more that you can't do on a computer, the better when it comes to security. But I think that's when Typo comes in. She's got longer dark blonde hair with like a beanie squashed over it. She's wearing a zip up sweater and some jeans and like tennis shoes, so like super casual, like person just walking down the street. She's got headphones in her ears and she's just like typing on her phone and takes a seat and like starts messing around in the swivel chair.
There's a few moments of awkward silence as the three of you are sort of left to adjust to this first call that you received from the Delta Green organization. Finally, a pair of agents come walking in, and just for everybody's purposes, if Tower and Teaspoon, if you could re-describe yourselves once again as well.
Easiest way is Bucky Barnes and Falcon and Winter Soldier on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Basically just kind of wearing, he's got his hair cut nice, but he's got like the black jacket, the black shirt, jeans, and boots. He's basically inconspicuous but ready to go at a moment's notice.
Okay.
And Teaspoon is pretty much always well put together. She doesn't always wear ties, but she does enjoy a good necktie, and she thinks it makes her look badass and ready to go.
Okay. So Tower and Teaspoon, you are a little stunned to see other people here in the room. At the very least, worst hidings.
Hey, hi, y'all. I'm Teaspoon. You must be boy.
The rest of T Cell, says Miss Green as she comes walking in. She is definitely dressed in the part of the government employee with a blazer and a button-down shirt and with dark skin and frazzled hair, done up in a bun that you're not it holds it together, but it's not necessarily like, you know, high and tight or anything like that. And she's got a lot of decorations on her ID lanyard as she walks into the room with a box of donuts. And she chucks it on the table in the center of the conference room. All right. So this is your icebreaker.
Typo rolls her rolly chair over by the donuts, like picks one up and rolls her chair back to where she was sitting around the conference table.
Teaspoon, like full intense eye contact with Tower, like what the fuck?
Miss Green, you didn't mention when you asked me to retrieve Teaspoon that we'd have guests.
Or donuts.
Or donuts. At that moment, he grabs one.
These aren't guests. This is T-Cell, your new members.
Hi.
Right. Hello.
Hi, my name's Alex, and I prefer Boston cream.
I'm Agent Tugboat.
First rule of OPSEC, Agent Typo, do not use your real name even if you are amongst friends.
Got it. Secret.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Teaspoon, you want to introduce yourself to the team, I guess?
Kind of did that. Yeah, I'm Teaspoon. Hey. Hi.
He's Teaspoon.
I'm off of refined sugar at the moment. My husband thinks it's a anyhow.
Teaspoon.
Yep.
We don't all get to pick our cool code names, Time Bomb. Do you think I want to be known as Mrs. Green for my career as your handler?
Well, at least you're not Mrs. Pink. I mean,
That wouldn't go with the cell structure now, would it?
True.
This isn't Delta Pink. This is Delta Green.
Is there a Delta Pink?
I don't think either of us are cleared for that information, Agent Tower.
Have to ask Stevie Buscemi.
So, Agent Teaspoon, Agent Typo, Agent Tower, and your tugboat.
Agent Tugboat.
Agent Tugboat. I'm Agent Time Bomb.
I like the idea that when she says your tugboat, you actually do cheat a quick look down at your hand or have it written down like, yes, I am. All right. Well, let's get started here. Mr. Anderson, if you would be so kind as to dim the lights and bring up the presentation of Hazardous Materials in You. My name is Mrs. Pine. I am the safety director that will be leading you through this orientation. I always like to start these things off with an inspirational quote. And today's quote is, "The brain is like a muscle. When it is in use, we feel very good." So keep that in mind as we move on to our next slide. This is Kyle Woodson. He was born in 1976. He had a BA in anthropology from the University of Texas at Austin. He had an MA in anthropology from the University of Pennsylvania and a doctorate in Mayan archaeology from Harvard University. He's been a part of 6 field expeditions and published 4 books. 2 of them are his thesis and his dissertation. The other 2 were academic publishing. Now, in case you hadn't guessed, I've been saying had because he died on February 22nd of this year, just a few days ago, because of a car accident. Now, why do we care about this? If we could go on to the next slide. Dr. Woodson has an affiliation with our organization. He is what's known as a friendly. Now, the majority of the members of our organization are employees of the federal government, but there are various members of it who are outside the governmental organization. While the government does have a lot of tools at their disposal, they don't have everything that they always need. And that's where Dr. Woodson came in. He's been a friendly since 2017. His experience with our organization started with the Hughbanks expedition. He was part of this expedition that was sponsored by the University of Pennsylvania. They were going to explore a Mayan site that was called El Cacao. But unfortunately, there were some narcotics traffickers on the site, and they ambushed the expedition. As we understand it, Dr. Woodson was the lone survivor of this experience. Now, as you can guess, being a member of an expedition that ends up in this way tends to put a damper on your academic employment opportunities. So we were assisting him in finding those opportunities, and in exchange, he became a consultant on occult and historical references in case files of ours. Now, if we could go on to the next slide, please, Mr. Anderson. This contact began when he talked to his contact in G-Cell. He returned to Belize last month because, according to the contact that he made, he believes that there are some sort of extraterrestrials operating at the El Cacao site. And about a week ago, he had arranged to debrief the members of G-Cell on his findings, but he got into a car accident, or more specifically, I guess, he was hit by a car, specifically a metallic gold Ford Taurus. That occurred roughly around 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was outside the International Terminal of San Francisco Airport. And eyewitnesses report that Woodson was believed to be jaywalking at the time. Now, G-Cell did investigate and did discover some irregularities, and that they passed those on to us. It seems that Woodson was cremated by the end of the day on the authority of Felice Woodson, who identified herself as his next of kin, but we have not been able to find records to match anyone by that name. Also, in the evening, a break-in occurred at his home. And then on top of that, Woodson had no malarial antibodies within his body, which is unusual because he had the disease. And generally, when you catch malaria, it's a chronic disease. So the blood type matched and everything, but he should have had those within the blood panels, and he did not. So let's meditate on that for a moment and think about this inspirational quote. We are linked by blood, and blood is memory without language. And here are the objectives and obstacles. If you can switch us to the next slide, Mr. Anderson. We're giving you a little bit of operational cover. You are going to be part of a DEA task force on money laundering that connects back to Woodson's dealings in Belize. We want you to confirm Woodson's identity as the hit and run victim. We want you to remove any evidence of our association from Woodson's home. And we want you to evaluate any information you find about his Belize theory and pass it back to us. Now, we want you to run this operation without any contact whatsoever with G-Cell. Our organization thrives on secrecy, and we need to keep information compartmentalized between different cells. Because Woodson has contact with G-Cell, we want to make sure any investigation into his death is conducted by individuals who don't necessarily have a personal connection with him. So that way you can be more objective. We also are concerned about possible rival agency involvement.
Delta Pink.
You're telling me you guys have like a CIA to your FBI?
Something like that.
I believe Teaspoon and Tower can debrief you on the specifics of that organization once we've cleared this briefing area. I don't feel comfortable divulging too many details here in this facility. And we also want you to cover up any irregularities with local authorities. We don't need local cops or paramedics or people who are connected with the case getting too curious and deciding that they need to figure out what's going on with the strange case of Kyle Woodson.
Are we worried about any military involvement?
Not directly. Does anyone else have any questions that I won't be capable to answer?
Do we know any defining features about G cells to look out for so that when we do see them eventually, because you wrote it down on a slide, we can avoid them?
I am clear to tell you that G cell is not in San Francisco at this time, so you should not come across them at any point during your investigation.
So all of their names start with G?
Their code names, yes.
Did G-Cell have any contact with Felice Woodson? Were they able to confirm Felice Woodson's identity?
They did. They were unable to confirm her identity. That may be something that you have to do.
What if G-Cell is Felice Woodson?
Well, then that creates quite a pickle for all of us then. That would definitely be something that if you came across, we would ask for you to come in for a debrief, and we would have to figure out how we wanted to move forward as an organization. But we did not, from the briefing that I received, G-Cell did not make any moves to cremate Woodson's body, nor were they ordered to.
Is Miss Green from G-Cell?
That would be far too easy.
Damn. Well, I tried.
Anything else?
What's your favorite donut?
Wait, I have a guess. It's the crawler.
No, the crawler's
The
too.
crawler, not the crawler. Where do you live?
Crawler.
Crawler.
It's crawler.
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 Are you saying different words? I don't understand what's happening here.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr.
Good hunting, agents. The lights come back up. So, do you want to talk about the case here, or do you want to go someplace a little more private to talk about things? And if so, where?
I feel like we would probably head somewhere else. If only because I don't know about Tower, but I have very little trust for other cells.
Green did also mention that she didn't want to discuss certain things within the USPS building. So I don't know, guys, maybe we can find like a park and do like that fancy sit back to back thing on 2 separate benches.
Or we could just go to lunch.
That too.
Are you new? Okay.
Cut to
They're all
wherever you guys end up at lunch. Probably Culver's, right, Tony?
Yep. Good old Culvers.
Do they have Culvers in DC?
They do now.
The Culvers?
The Culver's, I think, yeah.
Mm.
They're different Culvers that like serve like beer burgers and like
They have the Culvers and Chief sandwich there.
Hey, trademark. If you could trademark another trademark.
I hear this month it's the Bacon Ham Lincoln.
Yes.
Oh,
Very nice.
Anyway, so you have adjourned to an outside location, and I do get the feeling
cafe with outdoor seating.
I do get well. It is still technically February in DC. Like not that
February, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can still do it. There's not that many people outside. We would be pretty private.
I also get the feeling that like there is a definite sense of Teaspoon and Tower on one side of the table and Tugboat and Time Bomb and Typo on the other. Like,
yeah,
Sure.
Little bit of
Time
an
Bomb.
American Idol thing going.
Sure. Tide Bomb and Typo know of some sort of restaurant with outdoor seating with individual bubbles.
Okay.
Typo doesn't get
With the
out
little
much.
heaters.
Typo doesn't really get out much, to be fair. So she would not have
Time Bomb
well,
definitely
Time
has,
Bomb definitely knows where they are.
yeah. Small plates, definitely.
So quick game question, Rob.
Yeah.
How gadgety do you think Typo of being? Like maybe more just on the computery hacky side, or
is she an engineer?
so I do have engineer skills, but I don't want to like be the person that comes whipping out with like the like weird guns and like EMPs and stuff without making sure that's something that's
could be probably a little above and beyond what we're going for here in Delta Green. That doesn't mean that you won't need those skills.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to be Q.
Okay, cool.
Or even to some extent hardest. They're like
Hardison. What, Rob? What?
How dare you?
What are you talking about?
Like you're not going to play that when we do leverage.
I just wanted to make sure I set my expectations. So if I'm going to like rig something, then I'll rig something instead of being like, oh, I have this in my pocket. So
like I will probably say I will at the very least say that with you as a technically advanced character, I think we will finally get into the realm of everybody has an earpiece, so that way we don't have to worry about like, did Teaspoon hear that about how to counterspell that? No, well I guess I better run and go get her.
Yeah.
So we'll start there and evaluate on a case by case basis.
Perfect. Thank you. So nice to meet you all.
Yeah. So
I'm- Typo, apparently.
you guys seen Encanto? It's a really good movie.
Does anybody
Right.
not have Disney Plus?
We don't talk about Bruno. No.
You're right.
No.
So that's a
Um,
no, probably then.
No?
Um,
Okay. All right.
The case, I guess. So
Yeah.
really excited for my first outside the door spy experience. So if you guys have any tips or tricks, please let me know. Yeah.
Yes,
Don't,
touch anything.
So wait,
Oh,
are
yeah.
we spies? Tower? Teaspoon? Like, what do we do?
We gotta be. We're in like a secret
Okay,
organization.
I'm gonna stop the peanuts gallery right now. Y'all, this is not like a joke. This is
I'm not saying it's a joke.
you're not in this for fun. It's not gonna be fun. This won't be like an enjoyable experience. I'm just gonna set your expectation right there. You could die. I could die. He could die. She could die. We could all just not come back from this. So before we leave,
So it's kind of like being in the military.
I
Or
actually
being-
was in the military.
Yeah, me too.
The odds were a bit different.
what I'm trying to tell you is make sure you say your goodbyes before you leave.
All right.
I think that would be like kind of tipping off that we're doing something, right? That's kind of
Figure of speech, you're not literally going to say goodbye forever.
okay. Gotcha.
It's like always saying I love you when you leave the door.
Cool.
All right. So what are we dealing with?
Well, could be aliens, could be majestic.
Or majestic, as
Um,
in
Oh no. As in those things I saw in the wedding pictures. That's
Wedding
right.
pictures.
It's
You-
you. You're a teaspoon. Okay. I got it.
You, I believe, if you're all a part of T Cell, and now you've all had an encounter, correct?
Yeah.
oh yeah. Uh-huh.
So what we're dealing with shouldn't be of any surprise to you, right?
Well, I mean, we don't know exactly what we're dealing with, right?
We never
Like
know
we
exactly what we're dealing
Kind
with.
of know what we're dealing with.
Right. You
I
just
mean-
seemed confused when you asked Teaspoon about aliens.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I don't know what we're expecting.
No, we never do.
Right.
Can I
Clearly-
redirect us
Go ahead.
back to majestic? Is that like a thing, or is that like rival group that we're supposed to be keeping an eye out for? Or I don't
I
know.
don't think you can exactly keep an eye out for majestic, but yes, yeah, that's majestic.
So are they the bad guys?
They said rival.
We have been infiltrated by them before.
Are we all the bad guys? And they're just different bad guys?
I suppose that's a matter of perspective.
Oh. Okay.
And with that, we will end our first hour of Resection of Time. Join us for the next episode when the agents head off to scenic San Francisco to investigate the strange case of Dr. Kyle Woodson. So until then, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. You should really just relax.
Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.
Funny story, out of game, I actually have no idea if there's film in this camera or not because I haven't figured out how to open it yet.
Oh boy.